become the tradition at this event that we try and ask the head football coach to become part of this event. Obviously, it's a very, very busy weekend. But if there's a guy that gets it, if there's a guy that truly understands what the Ohio State University is all about, and he's become one of us without question, it's my good friend Urban Meyer. And I have a great deal of honor in being able to recognize the head football coach at the Ohio State University. Would you please welcome Urban Meyer.
Thank you for having me, and I'm sorry to interrupt. As a graduate, as a lifelong fan, and as the head football coach of Ohio State, I'm honored to be here for a few minutes and sharing a great night, celebrating some inductees to the Ohio State Hall of Fame. I just had a team meeting with our guys, and Mike was gracious enough to say a few words, and I think time moves so fast, especially when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. Before you know it, your college career is here and it's gone. And it was real important for our guys that they understood that when great athletes and great coaches throughout their careers, if some fantastic things get to happen to them, you get invited in some Hall of Fame. You get invited to do some really great things. However, there is only one Ohio State University. There's only one Ohio State University Athletic Hall of Fame. And our players, I could tell the look in their eyes when I mentioned it like that, because a lot of our guys have probably witnessed other great athletes going to Hall of Fames. However, once again, being a graduate, being a lifelong fan, and being a very familiar and know what this university stands for, being inducted into this Hall of Fame is different. Coach Knight and Mike Grable are the two that I'm very familiar with. And once again, congratulations to all the inductees. But I want to say something about Coach Knight as well. I had Coach Knight speak to my team. I grew up watching Coach Knight, and as a person who's given the majority of my life to coaching young athletes and trying to put together staffs and coaching philosophies that are based on education, coaching players hard, doing it the right way, and following the rules. Coach Knight has always been a guy that I've admired and followed, and I told him that, and it was a great honor for me to spend some time with him over the last few years. And I'm not going to see Coach Knight, but I look forward to seeing you again, and congratulations, Coach. I'm a big fan. I'd also like to congratulate a guy and a family that are very close to me. He's a guy that joined. I was fortunate enough to hire him here in January, or I think late December this past year. He's a guy that I became familiar with just as being a fan of Ohio State for all these years. I'm a fan of his when he was at Walsh Jesuit High School. Came here to be a great player at Ohio State. Followed him. Actually coached against him when I was at Notre Dame. But then when I really became a fan and I really figured out what Mike Grable stood for is when I went to visit my friend Bill Belichick at the New England Patriots. And that's when I really became a fan and appreciated what he stood for. He's a great husband, he's a great father, and he's a great football coach. But above all that, he does it the right way. He's a great inspiration for all of us, because when I was at the New England Patriots, he was the guy that, I tell this story to our players all the time, he's the guy, he's an all-pro player, has 3 Super Bowl rings. On a June day, 95-degree day in Boston, or Foxborough, Massachusetts, I'm watching him practice. It's the last day of minicamp, and Coach Belichick and I were just talking about his team and about the chemistry of his team and his leaders of his team. And he points and nudges me on the shoulder and says, "Look at that guy." And here's Mike Grable running down the scout kickoff, preparing the kickoff return team as they get ready to come in the last day of minicamp. You don't see that nowadays. The humility, the work ethic, the character, and the selfless approach to his team is unique, and that's something you don't see quite often nowadays in college, for sure, college or professional football. So I'm honored to be here. Once again, as a graduate, it feels great to say that, as a graduate of Ohio State University, and as the head football coach. We do have something real important while I'm doing this, so I got to get back to the hotel, get with my guys. But congratulations to all the inductees. Congratulations, Coach. And I'm not sure where Mike Grable is, Mike and your family. Where you at, Mike? Congratulations. Now get your butt back to the hotel.